Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game by Bobby Fischer from 1971 from the Manhattan Blitz chess tournament. Again, so in this chess game, Bobby Fischer's opponent was perhaps the strongest chess player in the tournament after Bobby Fischer, of course, Robert Byrne. So Robert Byrne was the United States chess champion in 1972. So let's see, has Bobby Fischer managed to wipe out his opposition like a fly, the way he usually does in these years. So let's see what happened in this chess game. Bobby Fischer, who has the white pieces, starts the game with e4 and c5, the Sicilian defense, and we are going to the open Sicilian, and then bishop to c4, and this is known as the Sozin variation of the Sicilian defense, queen to b6, exchanging the knights, and Bobby Fischer castled e6, bishop to f4, so targeting the d pawn and leaving the b pawn. So this is like the poison pawn variation. Queen to d3 and securing the queen, queen to b4 and rook over, and then queen to c5, rook over, and Bobby Fischer is aiming the d pawn. But first he has to move the targets away, moving the bishop and the knight. So e5 and then bishop to g5, developing the bishop and defending the knight. So Bobby Fischer simply captures the knight with the bishop and not preserving the pawn structure. Robert Byrne captured back with the pawn. And in this blitz chess game, Bobby Fischer would probably play some very difficult moves to defend against. So if capturing back with the bishop and preserving the pawn structure, actually white has some crazy tactical ideas in this position. So first of all, knight to a4, and black is actually in trouble in this position, believe it or not. So the only safe spot, queen to a5 or queen to d4. So this is almost trapping the queen. And then capturing the pawn, leaving the knight, but then rook to b4, and black must defend the queen. Actually, the engine says queen takes rook is better, but if defending the queen, then simply capturing the pawn, forking the king and the rook. And if moving the king, then this is even better. Rook to b7 instead of capturing. So how to defend? Rook takes on f7, and if bishop takes rook, then capturing back, and this is both attacking the rook and threatening checkmate. And black is lost. So in this position, queen to d4 is also losing, queen to e2, and this is trapping the queen. Where is the queen going? Black is toast. So if bishop to g4, black has to find this move because you can't push the pawn. The pawn is pinned. So bishop takes on f7, and then queen takes on g4. If capturing the knight, then check, and you get the idea, queen to e6, and how to defend the checkmate threat. So these are some of the ideas. I don't want to show endless variations, but you can see that it can go extremely wrong for black in just few seconds. So this is why after bishop takes on f6, black is damaging the pawn structure, not capturing back with the bishop, and allowing knight to a4, and you saw what happens. So this is the game continuation, but it doesn't look very appetizing for black. But black is a pawn up, so knight to e2, bishop to e6, exchanging the bishops, and then rook to b7, and black has a difficult position. We have king to f7, and then doubling the rooks, d5, knight to g3, h5, fixing the h-pawn, a5, queen to f3, so lining the queen with the king, and also targeting the h-pawn. So king to g6 and defending the pawn, but Bobby Fischer played a very strong move in this position. He played rook from 1 to b3 and lifting the rook, and this is a very strong move. Rook is coming, and he also has another idea in this position. Well, Robert Byrne in a difficult position, he played a4. Well, you might also consider d4, but I will get back to there later. So in this position we have a4. So also d4 is not working. So this is allowing rook to c3, and where is the queen going? Also this is attacking the bishop. So black is defending the queen and just defending everything on time. Defending the queen, the bishop, and also the h-pawn. but it only takes one shot to simply destroy and simply damage black's position. So what would you do in this position? Bobby Fischer, of course, he found that one shot that wins the game on the spot, so it is white to move. And what would you do if you had the white pieces? Well, Bobby Fischer was playing these moves, these accurate moves in a 5 minutes blitz chess game instantly, very rapidly. So Bobby Fischer was a very difficult blitz chess player to defeat at the same time. Fischer played knight takes on h5, and this is the move. So he is breaking through, and we have f5. So capturing the knight has a downside. If capturing the knight with the rook, then queen to g4, and black is in big trouble. So if king to h6, rook to g3, and how to defend the checkmate threat? There is no defense. So knight takes on h5, f5, e takes on f5, e takes on f5, and Bobby Fischer played a move, and Robert Byrne resigned. Rook takes on e7, wiping out his opposition like a fly. It is that simple. And Robert Byrne resigned. Actually, white is threatening checkmate in two moves, queen to g3 and then queen to g7. So you have to accept queen takes on e7, and then rook takes on c6, and black is toast. So king to f7, check, and if king to e8, this is winning the queen and the game. Black is not going to survive. Or in this position, actually, knight check is also a very strong move. So, but this is sufficient. This is winning easily. So queen takes on f5, and if king to g8, this is also losing check, only move, and rook to g7 or knight to f6, only move, and black is getting checkmated. Queen to h5, checkmate, lights out. And in this position, let's take it back after rook takes on e7. Let's say if capturing the knight, well, this is also losing to this. And where is the king going? The rook is cutting, so you can only play king to f6 or king to h6, but both is getting checkmated. So if this move, still getting checkmated, and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What a beautiful chess game by Bobby Fischer. So this was the final move of this chess game, and Robert Byrne resigned. So I want to get back to this one of the critical positions of this chess game. So after rook from 1 to b3, we have a4 and not defending on c3. I don't know if Byrne has managed to see this, but if pushing the pawn, of course, it is defending the critical c3, but we still have knight takes on h5, which is still breaking through in this position, and black has a very difficult position. So white is still better in this possible continuation as well. You can capture the knight because of queen to g4, and the rook is still going to come to g3 in a possible continuation. So anyway, in the real chess game, after rook takes on e7, and Robert Byrne, the United States chess champion from 1972, resigned, and another one bites the dust against Bobby Fischer. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time with more interactive chess games. Take care and bye bye.